what a game. Holy, that was incredible. That was the lowest of lows this season. Maybe not the highest of highs, but wow, that was exciting. Wow, Anthony Hollis is here. This is a big night. Welcome, everybody. If you're new here, or if you're not new here, like that stream. Timberwolves just came back from 22 down to win by over 20 or 20. I can't remember what it was. Big win for the Timberwolves today. In so many ways. We have had a couple national TV stinkers, okay? We had some real generational stinker games, and we are back. Not to say that everything was perfect tonight, but this was a good game. This was a fun game. I mean, we're down Towns. I think a lot of the talk will be, oh yeah, Kawhi was out, but Towns is out. We have to worry about Rudy a little bit. We have to worry about Nas's ankle, even though he was able to play. We still have to worry about that. But man, that was exciting. Wow. How's everybody doing? Dope hat cam. Yeah, thank you. I wish the Timberwolves have a hat like this. That would be amazing. We were talking about stuff and I was like, I'm going to put this one on instead. I told my dad that we were going to take the dub when we were down 20. Noah, thank you for saying that. Congrats to you for the good call. I also said that in the Discord. Everybody in the Discord can vouch for me. Early in the first quarter when we were down by like 20 or something, I said, I have a good feeling about tonight. That felt good. Oh my gosh. Yeah, me and Shaq both did. That was crazy. Wow. I can't get over it. That was fun. And, if you guys watched the video that I put out, if you haven't already, check it out. I put out a video a couple days ago. It's, of course, outdated instantly whenever you make a video like this. But it was kind of putting out like the playoff scenarios of where everybody is and what could happen. Because I think, we have some expectations to fall a little bit. I mean, without Carl, that's going to hurt. And all the other teams in the West are playing so well right now that it makes sense for us to fall to 3 or 4, possibly 5. But after this, I think this is a great sign that because really to keep top 4 and keep home court advantage in the playoffs, you need to be top 4, obviously. For us, realistically, it's going to take us to get 8 wins out of it was going to be like 8 of our last 18 games. And after that, we lost 2 games. So it was like, okay, this is bad. And this wasn't one of the easy games. This was one of the hardest games that we were going to have. I'm not saying we don't have other hard games. We play the Suns. We play, I can't even remember. We play good teams. But we have a ton of bad games too. We have like 6 or so bad games. So, man, okay. Catching up on chat. I vouch Cameron had good vibes. It's unbelievable, JJ. Maybe one of the only times I'll have good vibes like that ever again, but that was crazy. It's honestly surprising. Noah says, it's honestly surprising how healthy Kawhi has been this year. Yeah. Their whole team has been good. They've all been healthy. All the years that they spent doing load management is paying off finally. And JJ, great point. You know what is better? We can get this win and now savor it for the entire week because we do not play until Saturday, and then we play the Jazz twice. Yes, this is a good momentum. This is good vibes. We need this. If we can win a game against the Jazz or both games against the Jazz, that is a very, very good spot to be in. I mean, feels good. But I'm just not, it's still, there's things to worry about. We're certainly not perfect right now. But it just feels good. Left ear NBA on TNT postgame, right ear Wolves After Dark. I like that. I love that. I wouldn't blame you if you went to TNT. I kind of want to watch myself, but I would not put that on TV. We're not going to get banned on the stream again. But yeah, that was crazy. Anthony Hollis, note, when the national announcer, Chuck, Shaq, Ernie, and Kenny were not there, we came back. Yeah, it's just, it's Chuck, Candace, although I kind of like that group, to be honest with you. I like both groups. I mean, obviously, the Thursday night crew is the crew, but the crew tonight isn't bad. I like them. Also, all of them called Anthony Edwards getting 36 or more points before, and they were all right, except for Jamal Crawford, who said that Ant was going to go for 40. Candace called 36 on an efficient night, and she was like spot on. So that was really good. And it's just good to have, it just feels good, something we've noticed and talked about here a lot is like we'll have it where like Ant gets really hyped up by the media. Think that one like all access game where Ant and the whole team is getting interviewed, and then we go out there and it's like just not a good game. This was a good game. I mean, in the beginning it was bad, but to come back from 22 down on national TV, like that's a way to do it, and then win by 20 too. It's not, this. It's just wild. Good vibes though, very good vibes. Wow, my lighting looks like way better today. Weird. Cool. 3 left with Denver. We play 3 games with Denver? No way. No back-to-back get smacked tomorrow night like we did in Cleveland. Yeah, that was to be fair to the Timberwolves, that was the worst game we possibly could have had in regards to like getting a national TV game, because we had just played that game against the Pacers too. So that was crazy. Shout out to Cannabis. Yeah, Mark. Oh, man. Yeah, this is the only time he's played good while being hyped up, or one of the only times I can remember. But CJ Frisbee, welcome to the stream. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we haven't lost 3 games in a row still this season. CJ Frisbee, welcome to the show. You are correct. We were up against the ropes, and we somehow persevered, came from 22 down to make that not happen. And, with how the season's going, we really shouldn't have to think about that. We might be able to go the entire season without losing 3 in a row, which is an amazing feat. Because we have, let's just quickly run through it. We have the Jazz, both away games, but still, at least one of those have to be wins, if not both. It depends on the health of our players, though. If Rudy's hurt, if Ant is hurt, like if we're sitting major players for those games, like that's a concern. But we played Denver. I guess this was maybe the next best chance, but we have some decent breaks in between these games. So we played Denver on the night of a back-to-back against the Jazz. 2 days off, then we play the Cavs, both of these games at home, all 3 of these games at home, actually. And then we play the Warriors at home. So that's like the 3 that probably is the most concerning. Some at the end of the season, too. Well, no, not at the end of the season. We got some good gaps in there, too. So, oh my gosh, that's right. Vegas, thank you, JJ. Vegas officially lost their bet on the Timberwolves. We moved to over 44.5 wins. Vegas loses, the Timberwolves win. Everybody, we can all celebrate. That's a momentous moment. Yep, 3 with Denver. Hope we can get at least 1 off them. Do we really? We do have 3 games against Denver. Well, it'll be interesting. I mean, we're not fully healthy, so that sucks. Yeah, I think you're right. If we could steal 1, that would be good. But OKC and the Celtics have not lost 3 straight this year. Okay, so those 3 teams, I mean, I think those 3 teams have all season been pretty consistently known as like the teams this year, us included, weirdly. But Zach McCready, I don't remember a good regular season game from Ant on national TV. Yeah, no, it's really, yeah, you're right. Regular season. Because in the playoffs, he's been fine. He's been great in the playoffs. But regular season, he just doesn't show up. And then, like, even all-star games, obviously, we know from this year and last year, it's just like, whatever. But, oh, man. Pop the champagne, Anthony. Yes. Let's do that. We should pop the champagne, speaking of which. Man. Well, that's a good feel. I think we can probably jump right into the tier list today. I mean, we could talk about a lot of things, but it's more player-specific things anyways. So let's get to that dang tier list. And let's see if it shows up here. I don't know if it'll show up right. Oh, it did. Nice. Okay. So first, though, I got to expand this a little bit here, so I can get it all in there. Yeah. Okay. And we have players added. Ashwin, shout out. Everybody shout out Ashwin, Ashwin in the chat. He put Chris Finch in there, and he put TJ Warren in there. We're looking good. No more Marcus Morris. That doesn't seem like it's going to happen, so that's probably good that we did it. But yes. Jack just said Ant is from Planet D. Wade. Hey, I've seen those comparisons to D. Wade before. This is good. This is good. And now people have to think about it for 3 days. They can't wait for him to put up a stinker. We own the Clippers, Nathan L says. Welcome, Nathan. Yes, W. Ashwin, I like it. Okay. Cool. All right, let's get to the tier list. For those of you that don't know, A1 is an unforgettably good game, like amazing, best game possible. Glenn Taylor is the worst game, like many bad games in a row. We've got the new bottoms tier, we've got the new cash tier, and then everything else in between. So Wancho is also bad. I kind of described that terribly, but I got the rainbow theme going on here too. I messed up the colors last time when we were live. So, and also, last thing, I know all of you guys know this, but for those of you that are new, if you're new or watching the VOD, this is all just based off of tonight only, not the whole season. So, only this night. We're going to forget about yesterday's or whenever the last game was. We're going to forget about that, and we're just talking about tonight. So, okay, whoops, I didn't pull up stats at all. While I'm pulling up stats, everybody needs to like the dang stream. Like the stream, and everybody will get ice cream after. I actually had ice cream, guys. I had the ice cream during the game today because I was thinking that I was going to skip tonight because the game was just so abysmal in the beginning. Even though I was very positive in the Discord, I was legit like, this is a late game. We're down by 22. I'm just not feeling it. But the ice cream spurred us into a victory. So yes, need a Scott Foster, Ed Malloy tier. That is a great point. I was actually thinking, I thought we had refs add it, but no Barry tweet on Twitter tonight about Edwards not being good enough either. JJ, that tweet was unfortunately accurate. I saw that after you talked about that. Noah, it's unfortunate that the three teams I've been saying all year that we should avoid in the playoffs are the Kings, Suns, and Pels, and that's who we'll play. It's almost a guarantee that we play the Pels or the Suns. The Pels and the Suns seem the most likely right now, unless we really do go on some crazy run. But then we're probably playing the Lakers or the Warriors, who have both been hot recently. And I don't want to play either one of them necessarily. I mean, maybe the Warriors, maybe. I don't know. It's a weird. It's a weird. I don't even want to think about playoffs, to be honest with you, because like a month ago I came on here talking about how I felt pretty fine with everybody, and now I'm here like I don't feel fine with anyone. Honestly, the teams that I feel more comfortable with are like OKC, the Clippers, and like maybe even Denver. Probably not Denver. Denver looks good at least recently, but if I had to choose between the top four teams and the bottom four teams, I'm probably choosing the top four teams to go up against. But anyways, let's get into the tier list. All right, let's start off with possibly the player of the game, not Chris Finch. Let's start off with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I already see some grades coming through, but I will read off the stats, but everybody else get your stats in. 27 minutes, 28 points. He was a plus 14. He was 9 of 10 from the field, 5 of 6 from 3. Thank you, Nah. I am so sorry I doubted you over the last couple games. It is my bad. Incredible game. I mean, what were we talking about these last few streams? If the Timberwolves are going to win with Karl Anthony Towns down, I know all the national people are saying, we got to make up 22 points somehow, which is true. That is not incorrect. But you really just need Nah, Mike, and or Nas, 2 of the 3 of them to kind of come to play and like play decent, because then if one of them gets 10, one of them gets 15, one of them gets 7 or something, there you go. Boom. You've easily got those 22 points or whatever that you're looking for. Nah did it all tonight though. And we had extras to it too, but Nah had 28 points. Let's see. We have some differences in the chat. A1 on national TV. That is a good point. The national TV is part of it. A1 for sure, says FJD. Charlie Barry says Nah, cash. A+, which is kind of cash. Cash at least. I could go A1, 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 A1. Now we need a McDaniels game. We do need a McDaniels game, Whirly Squirrely. Better than Cousins. Or wait, better than Cousin. Wait, how many points did Shea have tonight? Anyways, this is A1, A1. Falling from first place. We are falling from first place, but the Kings just beat the Bucks by like 35. What? Oh my gosh, I didn't see that. Oh man, I think the fact that it is national TV goes into it. I will be honest though, I'm kind of being a hater and not wanting to put him in A1 just because like I don't know if I'm going to tell my children the thing that I always say I'm going to tell my children about this game. But This is on national TV, and that does bump it up a notch. Also, we won, so I'm in between. We're going up. We're just going to do A1. I think Shea had 30, but it was not a good game. I watched that game, and of course he has some moments where he's able to just get a bucket, but in general, that was not a good. And in the fourth quarter, it was like rough. Both teams, it was Halliburton and Shea were going back and forth at one point, and it was just like brick, 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 brick. It was bad. This was a really good game. Also, apparently, who was saying this? Somebody said that like Nas career total or career high is like a 38 or something like that. I don't even know. I have to look that up now. Let's see. Career high 37 points. Yeah, that's insane. So it was against the Clippers. Wait, who was saying this? It must have been on TNT. That's crazy. That's insane. Okay. We gotta get the Clippers in the playoffs somehow so that Nog can go nuts. That's crazy. Well, cool. It's A1. I mean, there's not much else to say. Hitting that many threes, hitting that many big shots. Fantastic game. Really, really good. So, cool. Let's move on and let's do Rudy. Let's do a semi-boring one. I mean, maybe it's not boring because he actually played pretty good tonight. But Rudy Gobert, 8 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals, and 2 blocks, plus 11. He had a couple offensive plays. I mean, again, we don't really want to have that much offense for him where he's not immediately underneath the basket. But he had that one play where he was in a post up outside of the circle, and he did some like spin move and he drove to the basket and finished with a layup with his weird like layup form that I don't understand. But yes, thank you for getting your grades in for Rudy. He was 4 of 7. I mean, this was a pretty good game. I thought this was another really good game from Rudy. The injury is definitely a concern going forward, but yeah, I mean, points wise, it's kind of tricky. I mean, he was like, people were finishing really well when he was under the basket. Like early in the game, it was like James Harden was, Kawhi was, I think Man got in there a couple times, but it's like people were able to kind of finish over him. But it wasn't necessarily lack of defense because like he was there and he was even like there was, it was Norman Powell. There was one time where he swiped the ball from Norman Powell, but it still went in. So yeah, let's see. Rude Dog A, take Rudy out and question mark. Gilby A, Rudy was a B, I think, says FJD. Respectable B minus. His defense after the first quarter was good. Thank God you're streaming. Yeah, Disco Wolf, it almost didn't happen, but we're here. We are here, and everybody liked the stream. Key block early in the fourth. That is true, Mark. Let's see. B. Yeah. I think it's closer to a B. I think if we're basing it off of what we expect from him on any night, like this is pretty close to what we expect, except it's definitely not like a meh night. Because I do think he had a big impact in this game, but remember, B isn't bad. Meh is kind of like expected, I guess. So this is like slightly better than we expect, except not stat-wise necessarily, but just like his effect out on the court was felt. So I think B is fair. I don't want to go too high for Rudy because this is kind of close to what we expect from him. Let's jump to... Actually, let's do another kind of fun one. Let's do Baby Mac. Everybody get your grades in for Baby Mac. He played 17 minutes only, but they were good minutes. He was a team high plus 24. Sorry, there's somehow liquid all over my mouse suddenly. I thought I was bleeding or something. What the heck? Jordan McLaughlin, 4 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, a block, plus 24. This was a great game for Baby Mac. Like this we were talking about in the Discord. Shout out the Discord in the description. Hopefully this is one of those games that can convince Finch to play him more, because we had so much Kyle early, and like I'm not saying that Kyle was bad tonight. We'll get to Kyle eventually, but I mean when McLaughlin was out there, it just like it's the thing that I say all the time. He was a plus 24 and it felt like it. Like it felt when he was out there, things felt good. And then even the other night, he's hitting threes. Now we're not basing that off of tonight because he only scored 4 points, but still, I think his effect was definitely out there. Disco says B. Mark says A. Change meh to C. Meh is a stupid tier, to be honest. I am not going to change it, Mitchell. Honestly, it gets me out of so many weird situations because I like to be able to be like, it was okay. It could be good. It could be a good meh. It could be a bad meh. I kind of like meh. Unless you guys all hate meh, I'm keeping meh because I love it. It's a great out for me. Nick says A. Let's see. And he finished. Oh yeah, he did the play, the D'Lo and him play, where they surprise everybody. Disco, you meant an A. Anthony B. Call me a casual B to A. Yep. Mark, clean your mouth out, Mitchell. We still love you, Mitchell, but I do love that Met here. I was in the club. B plus Gilby. A Baby Mac. B A. It's all over the place. Okay, you guys like math. That's good. Good, because I don't want to get rid of it. It seems crazy. I'm leaning towards A. But like the numbers make no sense. That like 4 points, 6 rebounds is crazy. Actually, I think I put in the real app. If you guys if you do the real app, you can do like not betting, but like guessing before the game, basically. And I think I put that McLaughlin would get 6 rebounds. That's a wild pull. I was on it tonight. It's in between A and B for me. I might go A. This is kind of nuts. I guess this is the tierflation that we're talking about, okay? Tierflation is real, and it is here. He's not Cash. Cash is now above that. But I do think this was like a good game. Oops, sorry, I didn't realize I was off there. 0 turnovers, yep. I don't know. I'm going to keep it at A. If you guys come with the pitchforks in the chat, I might change it to a B because 4.6 rebounds is crazy and 17 minutes, but plus 24, I just felt that tonight when he was out there. I was energized when he was out there. So, y'all tripping if on meh? Oh, on not meh with a T. If you think meh is good, wow. I don't care. I'm sticking with meh. Put a poll in the chat. Let's see. -22 to plus 18. Yeah. Crazy. Okay. Insane. I put it as an A. Swimming's laughing at me. When do we get Mr. Slim out of the way? Okay, well, that's the good transition. Where is he? Is he even on here? Yes, he is. Let's do Jaden. Everybody get your grades in for Jaden. Jaden McDaniels, the other Mac, played 23 minutes. Guess how many points he had? 0. He had 0 points, by the way. Oh, we're seeing some Glens come through in the chat. That might be too crazy. Oh boy. He's worse than Glenn Taylor. Yikes. 0. Oh no. Yeah, that's how many points he had. 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. He was only -8, but I mean, that's kind of misleading since we brought him out there in the moments where he started coming back. He was 0 of 8 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3. Had 4 personal fouls. This is not good. I don't think it's Glenn Taylor. But I also don't think it's as good as Juancho. I think it's bottoms. There's a lot of Glens though. We kind of in between Glenn and bottoms. I mean, it is ridiculously disappointing. It's a ridiculously, and see, Zach, that's kind of my take that I was about to say. I thought he was good on defense. Like, he was good on defense. And even though he had 4 fouls, it wasn't necessarily anything too crazy egregious. And I don't know if it can be Glenn, but we're entering that conversation for him because it has been a few bad games in a row now. This is kind of the one tier where we can move on, or have multiple games. I think it's bottoms. We're going to do bottoms. Just not a good game. I mean, you got to make some buckets. He had many, he had so many opportunities to hit like big threes and big shots. He had that one layup that he missed. Like, I don't know. He looked good like 4 games ago, and I was super pumped. And now for like 2 or 3 games in a row, it has been bottoms level. So, oh, Mark, good point. It is a win too, so I don't want to give him Glenn Taylor on a loss, but it'd have to be like so bad. It was bad, but I don't know. Glenn Taylor might be like punching the wall. That might be. Look at Jaden's career stats and laugh. Worse than his second season. Oh no, are you talking about this season? Yikes. He is consistent in nothing. Yeah. Jaden is worse than his last season. That alone is Glenny. Oh, swimming. Coming with the stats. Yeah. I'm going to keep him at bottoms for now, but just know that like next game, like especially if we're going up against the Jazz and Jaden can't perform anything on offense, like if he goes 0 of something again, we're going to be talking about Glenn Taylor tier. It's just crazy to say that. I do not want to say that. I do not want that to happen. But yeah, T. Kubler, you're right. I mean, he really does need to like have the mental aspect of his game. Now, fortunately, recently, I feel like he hasn't had too many things to get like in that realm upset about, but that is something that we have to worry about when we get to the playoffs. I'm going to be very concerned about foul calls and stuff like that. But JJ, I feel like Jim Pete was pissed at him tonight. Yeah. It wasn't on Bally. There was no Bally. I wish there was. I was trying to, but there was nothing. How is J-Mac playing good D when he only played 23 minutes? I mean, he was out there. Just his size alone, and by size, I mean length. He is out there. He had steals. He played his regular defense. You know, he is fouling a little bit, but I think like he was good. I can't recall any plays off the top of my head, but he was fine. It was like a normal-ish Jaden defense night, so I'm not too concerned about that. But HBO is where I should have been, Disco Wolf. I forgot all about it until the very end, so that was bad. Yeah. Well, anyways, that's Jaden. That was enough negative talk. Let's talk about somebody exciting. Let's talk about Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards. Get your grades in for Anthony Edwards. He played 36 minutes, had 37 points. 8 rebounds. I thought he was going to have like 15 rebounds at the end. I felt like every rebound it was bouncing to him somehow. 8 rebounds, 4 assists. He was a plus 22, second best on the team. He shot over 50%. He was 15 of 29. Still only 2 of 8 from 3. He struggled from 3 early and a lot. Only 2 turnovers, only 3 personal fouls. Some incredible defense at Paul George near the end of the game and several points throughout the game. Not necessarily one of those games that is like he absolutely puts the team on his back because he had help tonight in Na and Conley, which I think we'll do Conley next. But this was a good game. Disco Wolf A, Gerald A, Ant is A1 swimming says, I don't know about A1. East A. Oh, easy A, I assume. Let's see. Cash. Ant-Man A+. Oops, I just scrolled too far. Yeah, easy A. Cash. Fine with Cash. Slow start Cash. I think it's Cash. I don't think he can be A1. I think if he performed, it wasn't necessarily a slow start though. It was just maybe not like an exciting start because he did hit a couple buckets early, if I'm remembering correctly. I think he had like 6 or 8 points in the first quarter, which is like normal. But he really didn't start like ascending and becoming that guy until the second half. I think it's Cash. It's also not a game that I'm not gonna remember this game forever, like in eternity. Like this, even though this was a fantastic game, I'm not hating. You guys know I'm an Edwards fanboy. Like I am all for Edwards being the guy that we focus on. But David Peterson, IBS. We were trying to guess what was happening. We were talking to when he came. Also, great point. The coming back late into the second half is concerning. That keeps happening now. I hate that. Somebody was saying that they thought it might be IBS. Somebody was saying it was because it was Taco Tuesday. We have some reasons. We have some legitimate reasons that it could be that. but it is a bad look, and I do not like it. But I think Cash is fair. We're going to go Cash. Yeah, JJ, it was not a slow start. He was just afraid of attacking Kawhi, and then he got scared of attacking Man, so it was just kind of all over the place, you know? But so many brick threes. Yeah, I know. If he could get going on the threes, I think that would help his entire game. And I think that honestly, you know, if I'm trying to look at it critically instead of emotionally, I do think that that's what he's trying to do. He knows that if he can get his threes going and then he can drive more and he'll have more attention to him when he's out on the 3-point line. Because a lot of the time when he's driving now, players just know that he's going to drive. So they can kind of sag off him a little bit. And if he's not hitting his threes, then it's just over. And then he becomes passive and it looks really gross. But we need him to start hitting those. I don't know what he needs to do. I don't know if he just needs to get in the gym and shoot or what. But we need that to start happening. I'd be curious to know what his 3-point percentage is when he's in like big important games, but it's kind of hard to like gauge like an important game outside of just like the playoffs. So I don't know. Haven't noticed his impact in any of the games this year. Or who are we talking about? Paul George might be Paul George. Actually, I disagree because there was actually a portion of the season where just like a couple weeks ago, I was watching the Clippers a bit when everybody was like talking about the Clippers being like the finals favorites or whatever. And they were like still 4th or 5th seed or something like that. I was like, okay, let me just see what people are talking about. And I watched like 3 or 4 other games in a row and Paul George was like legit during that time. But in general, I still agree with your take because I do think that he hasn't really had that team like ascend because of him, other than like a few games midseason this year. So, you guys talking about how Cat and him are friends? Oh gosh, not to look ahead, but if we play Utah 2 times, we might take 2. I think you're right, Anthony. Yeah. Okay, let's do Mike Conley. Let's go to Mike Conley. Get your grades in for Mike. Mike Conley's back, everybody. Everybody clap. Not Anthony. Mike Conley, Bite is back. 27 minutes, 23 points, 3 assists, 3 rebounds. He shot 9 of 15, 5 of 8 from 3. Incredible. I mean, the energy from his shots at the end in the fourth quarter. I don't know how many points he scored in the fourth, but it felt like a million. That was great. That was huge. This is what we need. We need Mike and Nah. Because like Nas didn't have like a crazy night tonight. Maybe he's hurt. Who knows? But like Nah and Conley stepped up. And we can survive games without Cat if Nah and Conley step up. Now, of course, they're not going to step up to this degree every night. But we also didn't need them to step up to 28 and 23 points. Like we won by 20. So like if those numbers were a little bit more normal, like somebody got closer to like 18 or 20 and then the other person got like 13 or something, I don't know, you know, something like that, we could have still like survived possibly. So Mike is back. I think it's higher than A. Cash, says Nick Anderson. Cash, says Mark. Cash, I think it's Cash. Guys, the amount of times that I've used the new sticker in Discord, the Cash one, which I need to add on YouTube, by the way, for members. Holy, we gotta get the Cash emote in the chat. I will do that maybe immediately after the stream. That needs to be here for sure. This was like the definition of a Cash night. Amazing game. If we had this Mike Conley all the time, man. Oh my. Yeah, Jared, use my emote for now. Conley is A tier. Hope he keeps it up. Yeah, Godfrey. I mean, we definitely need him to keep it up. This game was amazing, but we've talking about how Edwards has had some stinkers recently. Mike Conley has had stinkers for like a month straight. So yeah, it's not good. Conley, bang. Yeah, and the Cash, that's our version of bang. So is the Cash emoji, which the one with Grady. Yeah. The one with Grady. Yeah, you'll see it. It's in the Discord. Look through. I mean, I posted it like a million times tonight. But yes, it's the one with Grady. There's gonna be another one with Rudy too. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I might like write something in French or something. I don't know. That was a vintage 09 Mike game. I like it. Yeah. I think this was this was good. This was a fantastic game. So I don't really have much else to say. I love seeing 5 of 8 on threes. I love seeing 9 of 15. But we know that we're not going to get that every single night. So if we could get some part of that every night, that would be awesome. Grady looking suave. He is looking suave. Calling 2009 vintage is hilarious. Yeah. I mean, how old was I when 2009? I was 18? About 18. That is a long time ago. But it also doesn't seem like that long ago. But people in 2019, if you were born in 2019, so you're 15 now, that's crazy. That's crazy. Don't hurt your back when you're getting up. When you, yeah, I see it, JG. I just had that realization. Oh, that is crazy. Yikes. Okay. Well, one person we do have to grade tonight. I think we're gonna skip Nas tonight. He had a kind of a weird night. 6 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists. He was a plus 15. He was out there during the good times, but like he wasn't really doing much in those times. I don't want to grade him. I mean, I guess we could say like meh. Like this is that perfect situation where I guess I'd say meh. We'll just do meh for him. But I do want to grade Kyle Anderson. Everybody get your grades in for Kyle. I'm very curious. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to grade yet, but I'm very curious to know what you guys are going to say for Kyle Anderson tonight. He played 28 minutes. It was a roller coaster ride with him tonight. 10 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. He shot 5 of 8 from the field. He missed his 1 3 that he took. Yeah, what is everybody gonna say? This is gonna be fascinating because I still have not made up my mind. B, Kyle came through. B, Worley, Cash. Kyle was very, very high B plus. Kyle B. Harold says B. FJG says B. Noah says very high B. B or Cash. The game chat clouds my judgment. People keep complaining about it. I was so down on him early in this game, man. Like I couldn't. It was bad. We were seriously having so many issues. But then he started hitting shots in the second half. So it's like, I don't know. I think I agree with Nick here. And I mean, pretty much everybody said B anyways. I think we're going to go with a B. I think B is fair tonight. Probably like a B plus. I think Noah is probably the most spot on with what I think it is. Like it's a B plus plus plus. I don't think it can be an A. I don't think it was an A. I mean, I guess for Kyle Anderson, maybe this is an A. I don't know. I think we're going to go with a B though, because there were some bad moments there in the beginning. That was a little bit more of a Finch level decision making than it was actually Kyle. So I could be like JJ. My mind is clouded by like what I'm remembering from the first half, but I think B is okay. Yeah. Oops, I scrolled away again. I don't know about B. He missed a few defensive boards and questionable turnovers. I mean, Zach, we were talking about in the Discord. we were not. If you would have seen just the first beginning of the game when Kyle was in, you would think that we were going to be going Glenn Taylor tonight. So seeing him in B is like seriously jarring. I don't think it was meh though, because I do like this was a memorable performance. Like he hit like a buzzer beater shot in the end of the third quarter. Like I don't know, he did some things tonight. He was the problem. Nick is right. He was the problem in the first half, and then the second half he just miraculously started making shots. Even times when he was out there in the second half, I didn't love it, but there was enough productivity that I can't say that he was like a negative out there. So, Charlie, I know my mind is gone right now. I can't think about it. Does anyone have a health update for Morris? I do not personally. I have not heard much on it other than he's just out. But I assume since it's a hamstring, it's just going to be lingering forever. So I don't love that. Respectfully, I will never remember a Kyle Anderson game. I remember the one where Karl Anthony Towns hit the game-winning 3 against what's it called? Golden State. But that was just for that one play. He did some things tonight. Did I say that? Moderator power. Did somebody get banned? What happened? I didn't. I missed it if I said it. Or wait, Gerald's talking. Let's see. The Finch combo of Jaden, Rudy, and Kyle playing so much together was the problem. Yep. Cal needs to play small ball 5 until Cat gets back. Yep. And we have no bandwidth to deal with his effect. And also, yeah, that's the thing. It's having Rudy and Kyle out there at the same time is like, okay, well then we have two absolute zeros on offense at the same time. And then even to an extent, like recently Conley, other than tonight late, like he's been kind of a zero on offense. You know, Jaden's been a zero on offense. So then it's like, okay, well, Ant, just go get 50 points in the first half, buddy. Like, hopefully that can happen. And it obviously cannot. So I don't know. That deserves an A1. What are you talking about? Okay. I remember him absolutely cooking us playing Memphis. Yeah, him and Brandon Clark. I hate them. We have to just acquire both of them so that they can't hurt us anymore. Jaden been getting good at shots. He will be good. Honestly, the poke. I believe that to an extent, but it's also like we've waited a long time for this to happen. And maybe when we were fully healthy and we had Towns and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter. But when Towns is out and we have points to be made up, we need somebody to step up. And Na is being that player for us right now. So it makes Na way more valuable than Jaden at the moment, since Jaden has not really stepped up too much while Towns has been out. So, Finch had to be listening to me tonight. Yeah, we got those assistant coaches in Discord. Yeah, shout out Discord. Truly believe Kyle can't see more than 15 away. I think early in the season that was definitely true. I think it's been better recently, but yeah, Clark. I can't think about Clark. Obviously I want him to be healthy and okay, but like it's been a great season to not have him around. Like, please do not play against us ever again. Cool. Okay, I think that's all we're gonna grade. TJ played a little bit. Minot's not on here. I'm just realizing, and Minot played tonight. How crazy. Well, that probably doesn't matter. We don't need Minot. Let's watch some highlights and get banned. No, I'm just kidding. Gerald has become a god tonight, but not the god, but a god. Yes. I think there were some mushrooms in my edible. Mark is toasted over there right now, ladies and gentlemen. Cool. Well, that was a fun game. I like winning. Why not Minot? Because he kind of stinks. Yeah, he does kind of stink. All right. Schedule going forward. You know what? There's a possibility that I make this segment right here what's it called? A YouTube video. Maybe. We'll see. I might also I might need to not do that, and I might need to think a little bit more before I do anything. Actually, I think I need to think more. But we can kind of have a conversation about it right now. Let's go. I want to show you guys this website that I've been looking at, and it's going to make my face very white. Okay. And actually, maybe I just want to do this instead. No, I'll just do this. How do I share this? Oops. It's a little bit more difficult than before. Actually, I'll just do this. I'll just full screen, whatever. While you're waiting for me to figure things out, like the stream if you haven't already. We've got a lot of likes tonight. I appreciate you all for liking the stream. We've got like 32 likes. That's a pretty wild ratio. 32 likes to 52 viewers. That's insane. But I appreciate it. Okay. We're going to look at the playoff picture. I'm still pulling it up here. Sorry. And I don't think it's updated. Yeah, it doesn't update until the next day. So keep that in mind while we're looking at this. But let's take a look here. What? Wrong screen. That's you guys. And chat. How do I do this? How do I do this actually? Nope. That's not it. Oh, this might not work. Or let's try this. Nope, that's chat again. It's not the right thing. Whatever, I can't figure it out. So, what I could do, let's go back to the tier list. Bonk. Thank you for dealing with my technical difficulties. Let's do a little star. Copy. There. Okay, now we've got it here. There. Okay. Hopefully this is somewhat visible. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, that's more visible, I think. I think you should be able to see that. Yeah, you can see that. Okay. Oops. Hello. Okay, so this is looking at the odds for the playoffs here. I made a YouTube video about this a couple days ago, and I'm gonna make one again here probably in the next week or so. Since we're gonna have some off days, I want to make sure I have some content. I'm gonna try to be better at that. As you can see, we are not at 44 wins. We are at 45 wins now. Make my head smaller. I don't think I can do that on the fly, to be honest with you. I had this one reaction thing that I could make this better, but I can do this. Actually, I can. I can do it on the fly. I'm lying. I don't know what I'm saying. Boom. This is crazy, but working. Whoa. I don't know what I just did. I don't know what I just grabbed. Let's move this over. Look at the tech. Look at the tech happening. Okay. Boom. We did it. We did something. All right. The mushrooms are kicking in. Take a look. Does this? No, we can see it all. Okay. Cool. Anyways, Timberwolves are not at 44 wins. They are at 45 wins. Which means we have how many games left? I can't do math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 games left. Okay? 16 games left. I said it wrong immediately. And we are going to be up on, because what matters the most is what we are up on, like the Pelicans and those types of teams. So let's see here. What do the standings say? Current standings, which are not available, unfortunately, right now on this website, since they're like a day old. We are in third. We are currently 5 games ahead of the Pelicans. Okay, we're 5 games ahead of the Pelicans. The Pelicans don't have the easiest schedule, but neither do we. So we are currently at 5 games. So that means they have to make up 5 games. So if we go, let's see. Actually, if we look at the winning numbers here, so no matter what, if we win 14 games to end the season, well, that's too many. That's a ton of games. So this really means 13. That's not going to happen. We're not going to win 13. Let's go back to this. This is kind of difficult to describe, but the Pelicans have to go near perfect since they're down 5 games, and they only have how many games left? They're at 44. They're at 64. Yeah. So they with 64, they have 18 games left, which means they have to make up 5 games on them. So even if they went perfect, if they went 18-0 to end the season, if we go 11-5 in our last 16 games, then we are tied for them. So that means if they go perfect, we have to do that. Then we have to go at least 11 wins, which I think is possible. I didn't believe that necessarily before tonight, but I do think that that's possible. But if we just go 500, if we go 8-8, that means that they have to go near perfect. Okay, that means that they would have to go in their last 16 games to make up 5 games on us. They would have to then go, what is it, 13-5 or something? No, they'd have to go. It's just know that it's crazy. Like it is an insane amount of games that they're going to have to win. The Pelicans are looking good right now. The Suns too, but to a lesser degree. I think these percentages are pretty accurate. The thing that they are more excited about is the Clippers possibly falling out, because with the Clippers now losing, the chances are that the Clippers could potentially fall from 4 to 5. But again, this puts us in a situation where if we continue to be in the 3 or 4 seed, then as you can see, it's a very high likelihood that we're playing the Pelicans if we're playing at the 4, and there's a high likelihood that we're playing the Suns. Now, of course, all these games are just like 1 game between each other, so this isn't like, this isn't some crazy distance that anybody has on each other. I mean, realistically, the Lakers could jump up. They're not that many games behind. I mean, you've got a huge swath from the sixth through the let's say the 9. It's just 2.5 games. So like a couple games wins here and losses there. Also, all of these teams in the West play each other over those last couple weeks. Like the Suns are playing everybody, the Pelicans are playing a lot of people, the Kings are playing everybody. This is not going to be easy for people. But yeah, and 3 against Denver for us is definitely tricky, but I do think that we could probably steal one. Yeah, who do you guys, this is something, I've asked this in Discord a little bit, but I haven't asked you guys here on YouTube. Who do you guys want to play in the playoffs? Do you feel good against any one of these teams here? I mean, because it's almost 100% likely, because I don't think the Rockets are in the same situation as the Pelicans, where they'd have to win. They'd have to like gain 5 games on either the Warriors or the Lakers. So that's like a crazy situation. So the top 10 are the top 10, as you can see. But yeah. Cracked rib. Please tell me there's no cracked ribs. Want to play the Warriors? I mean, the Warriors honestly probably are. Rudy Gobert said there was nothing broken, that he was going to be fine, but he was laboring to move and breathe in the locker room afterwards. I don't like that. I know I'm not even necessarily so confident in anybody. There's really nobody. I mean, early in the season, I would have said, yeah, I'm fine with anybody. And I even said that like a month ago, but even when we weren't playing super well. But with injuries, the Towns injury does change a lot. It really does change a lot. 2 seed is money. 2 seed might be money. You might be right, because then you might get a chance at playing you will get a chance if it stays the same. You'd get a chance at playing the Kings or the Mavs. Those are both winnable. I mean, I don't think that any game is like super easy winnable, but they are certainly winnable. Nick. Yeah, Warriors have too good of a number 1 to face them. Yeah, and that's why anybody 1 seed, like it's not necessarily a great thing to be the 1 or the 2, but it's also like the 3 and the 4. Everything sucks. It's good. This is good for the league. You want to have all these good games. If you were not a fan of any one of these teams and you just wanted to watch like fun things and fun matchups happen, this is what you want. By the way, our win tonight puts us only a half a game back at first place again, because the OKC Thunder lost tonight. And we obviously have quite an opportunity to take over first if we can beat the Nuggets over the next few games. So Ant wants the Warriors. He said that since preseason. And here's the thing. Ant versus the Warriors. It's both the best and the worst possible thing. Because if Ant can play the Warriors and win against the Warriors and play well against the Warriors, oh man, the high I will feel. I understand that the Warriors are old. I understand that they are near the end of their dynasty. But to be able to beat them and take them on in the playoffs, and maybe just like I don't know if I want to demolish them or have a close series, but either way, just to beat them in the playoffs would be very satisfying and good for agenda pushing. Same with the Lakers, as Godfrey said. The Lakers would also be a good one, but man, might be just us with the Kings. Yeah, I mean, tricky. We can beat the Warriors, but if those games are close like the first 2 we played this year, our bodies won't last the whole playoffs. That's true. We would absolutely destroy the Warriors. Zach, there's a part of me that thinks that we would. But I also, like JJ's saying, like they have too good of a number 1. Curry is too good, and he can turn it on to the point where he can absolutely torch you. But we do have defenders. We have Jaden. We have Nah. We have Ant when he really wants to go one-on-one. The thing with Curry that's a little difficult is that he's one of those guys that's running all over the place, and that's not necessarily Ant's specialty. He's more of like ISO, pull up, like 1v1 me type of deal. So as long as pods didn't go for 30 pajamas you're talking about, we'd beat the Warriors in 5. Yeah. See, T. Kubler, that's the other thing. Can Zion stay healthy? Can that entire Pelican squad stay healthy? Because if they can't, then it's over, I don't know. Superstars make series. They do, but I do think that, JJ, I've seen you say that. I do think that depth is important, because every year in the playoffs, you hear about somebody like a Bruce Brown Jr. There's always some person on some team that does some amount of a contributing that just pushes that team over the top. You do need superstars. You cannot rely on just like an evenly balanced team. But um, yeah. Are the Warriors even going to make it out of the play-in though? I mean, yeah. Because like the Warriors, if it's the Warriors versus the Lakers, I think the Lakers are winning. The Lakers are not bad. The Warriors don't have anyone to guard Ant, Cat, or Gobert. But Cat, this is the other thing that I hate, is that I think that Cat is not going to be well enough to play in the playoffs. It's going to be just like last year. If you guys were here last year, I was complaining before the playoffs because I was like, I don't want to be rushing Cat back into the regular season when he's not going to be ready. He could re-injure himself. And even if he doesn't re-injure himself, he's not going to look the same. And that's kind of what happened. I mean, it was better than expected, honestly, but like still, just like rushing him into that situation is not fun, and he has to do it again, which sucks for him. But also for us, it's like, do we even want to rush him back? Like, and maybe we're not going to. I don't know. It depends on who we play in the first round, how it looks, and obviously since we're going to have, as you can see here on these charts here, it's a negative. It's under 1%, not negative. It's under 1% chance that we fall out of the playoffs. Like we're not going to be in the play-in unless we lose. If we lose every single game, and then one of these other teams wins every single game, then yeah, we will fall into the play-in. But we're not going to be in the play-in, so that's good for us. And that gives us extra days because the play-in takes like, I think it's like 3 or 4 days or something like that. So you get 3 or 4 days off. That's going to be huge for Towns at the end of the season. And yeah, Crone, you're right. 9 and 10 is a single elimination, which is crazy. It would be nice to have the Lakers and the Warriors be 7-8, and then the Mavericks and Kings be swapped with them. I mean, that sounds bad. I mean, I should be rooting for the Mavericks and the Kings. They're smaller markets. I mean, they're not small, but I'm worried Wiggins will be motivated against us. He will find a way. Did you see him yelling at Pods last night or whenever that was? That's crazy. If Cat is like 80% or worse, I do not want him back. I'm 100% with you. And yes, Nick, I'm 100% with you, Noah. And he's gonna be. I don't think he's gonna be. I just don't think he's gonna be ready. Rudy will put Draymond in a headlock. That would be good. And then they'll find him like extra because it's the Timberwolves, and they'll continue to only find whoever Draymond 25. Exactly, JJ. What do you do? This is where we get into the situation. Like, okay, if we are a one and done, if we're a one and done here, that's a problem. By the way, this website's called playoffstatus.com if you want to look at it. I think I'm going to stop looking at it. I want to have chat on screen. But if we get to a situation where we are one and done and we don't go on the playoffs and Cat was injured, how do we take that? Do we take that as we're running it back, or do we take it as, hey, this wasn't a win, so we'd have to like figure out a different team? I don't know. I really don't know. We in Minnesota now, right before the movie quote. Yeah, I don't know. It's Girl's biggest comeback since 2012. That's impressive. Am I missing anything on Twitter? I don't think so. Nope. We do have to. I do need to watch the end of the. I need to see what Shaq and all those guys said. Candace, all that. So bedtime for me. Thanks for the stream. Of course, I'm glad I did the stream. I wasn't anticipating doing it. If you haven't already, for anybody, like the stream. We're almost at 40 likes. We're almost at as many likes as we have viewers, which is like an insane number. So I'd appreciate it. We need help with the algorithm anyway, since they banned us. I think my videos are doing terrible. Also, if you can, check out that video. It's outdated now, but if you want to drop a like on it, that would be awesome. But I do think it's at the end of the stream. I do. There was a ton of you here tonight. I really appreciate it. We are going to do a giveaway here sometime soon. I don't know exactly when. Got to figure out a day that I know I'm going to be available. By the way, I didn't mention this. There's a possibility. I've been in contact with a little somebody named Timberwolves Daily. We may be partnering up on Sunday and doing a stream together. So I have to double check with him. I don't want to put too much pressure on him because he did say yes a while back, but that was like weeks ago. I want to double check, see if he's still available. If Cooper is still available, Cooper and I will be live on Sunday. Not this Sunday, but whenever we play the Warriors. I think it's like 2 weeks from now. Yeah, almost 2 weeks from now. But I should, let me double check. Let me see what my schedule looks like coming up so you guys know. I am off Saturday, and I think I'm free for the game Saturday. And I'm off Monday. I should be free for that. And I'm off Tuesday. Should be free for that. We got some games coming up. Not missing any streams. Yes, Coop. Cool. Well, I think that's it. 52 wins is still possible. We're only 7 away. Ashwin messaged me before the game tonight, and he says, is 52 wins still possible? And I was like, honestly, I don't know anymore. Cool. 52 wins is still possible, though. Intro as the outro. We will see you. Shut up, JJ. We will need you. What? We will see you Saturday night. Have a nice break, everybody. See you Saturday.